What's up guys, Joseph here with Geek Auto Detailing, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Southern Detail Conference. Now check this out, I'm so far behind on releasing this video. It's December of 2022. I went to this back in like June earlier in 2022, and I'm just now releasing this video, but it doesn't matter. I think it was so insightful to go to these kind of trainings, and if you're not going to these types of trainings, if you're not going to these expos, such as like SEMA, these are must. You have to go to these. If you're a detailer and you're passionate and you want to grow, you want to network, you want to learn new things, you have to get into this. But let's jump into the video. Before you do anything, go to the SDC's website, sign up for their newsletter, stay up to date with the times, the training seminars. You can book your hotel. There's tons of info on there. Definitely check it out. They made a great layout there. And then also you can check out the educational program. This is 2022's educational program, and there are so many training classes you can go to. Now this is just Saturday's classes alone. I believe you can pick like 5 or 6 per day. Now the great thing about Lexington, Kentucky is that it's pretty central in the US. So whether you're coming from Florida or wherever, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty centralized. It was an awesome time to go for a road trip. Now I was traveling from Grand Rapids, Michigan over to Lexington, Kentucky. I actually drove, and honestly, it was like a 6.5 hour drive, and it was so worth it. Now, upon arrival to the Southern Detail Conference, this is what I saw. I was a little bit late. It was like 8:05. And again, like I said earlier, there are tons of training classes. They had a really nice setup. I mean, you know, all the booths were scattered throughout a separate event from the expo, and basically each booth had its own training seminar. Now, one of my favorites that I have to talk about is the Rupes segment with Jason Rose and Sarah Coleman. I mean, how awesome was this? In just this class, I learned some awesome sanding techniques. I did manage to snag a photo too that I want to freeze here and talk about in a second, but I ended up meeting Sarah after the event and checked out the Rupes booth and got to see some of the new toys. I learned about the rotary compounds that are specific for rotary buffers. And these are things I didn't know. I've been using the Rupes system for years, the LR Mark III, the Mini, you name it. And just talking to Sarah was a mind blow. And Jason, because they just had so much information. There's so many cool tools that they had, like there's a vacuum system and all this other stuff that I just never knew existed. So, but moving on, I also went to the IGL coding class. I want to come back to them later because that was a very special individual to me. But going back to the wet sanding, and I want to share this with you guys. The 3-step buffing system that they have is very different. And from what I've learned, like before, I always thought, 3-stage buffing: wool pad, medium pad, polish, maybe a super fine finish of some sort at the end. But what they recommend is actually, like you can see in the photo here, is going ahead and using a 3000 grit wet sanding paper first, and then coming over and buffing. And actually, according to their training program, it's less aggressive than a general 3-stage. So the less buffing you do, the more beneficial it is. And so I want to hear your guys' thoughts and comments on that. And one of the other cool things I really found out there that really stands out to me is the backing plate of your sanding pad makes a huge difference. So let's say like a wet sanding film disc versus a foam backed film disc. Let's say they're both 3000 grit. The main difference between the two is that the film disc is going to reduce, is actually going to really grind in more and start cutting into the orange peel, where the foam back pad is not going to cut into the orange peel. So you can still wet sand like a scratch out, but not affect the orange peel. So that's something I thought was really cool. Again, let me know your thoughts on that. This was a mind blow to me. Like I was like just so into this. They also had a course I didn't get to go to on, detailing and sanding boats, gel coat finishes, and maybe next year I'll go to that one, or maybe I'll find something similar at the Mobile Tech Expo in Florida. But let's go ahead and move on. I also went ahead and checked out the Leather Company training seminar, and that was amazing too. They have a really cool kit that can actually a little laser you can put over any color. It'll tell you how to mix the dyes, so you can start doing your own vinyl and leather repair.
Scanning, it will literally scan anything. Scans anything, any material whatsoever, it scan it.
That's
so
crazy.
XM17, and you just literally put it into the app, and then you just get the formula straight away. It's as quick as that.
That is so cool.
I learned a lot of different things about the makeup of real leather and how to detect if it's like real leather or like vegan leather that's in Tesla. So that was really cool. Definitely check that out. Now, these guys are awesome people. I highly recommend if you see them out and about at another expo, whether it's SEMA, the Mobile Tech Expo, or the Southern Detailing Conference, you have to stop and see IGL Coatings. They are like a leading name, and they work with so many other big companies. I don't want to name drop right now, but I think a couple of them are like DuPont and Bayer. They're some of the original ceramic coating companies that were out there, and their technology is super advanced. I also have to throw a shout out too. We did see GT Quartz out there, which we're certified in, and it was awesome to see them and that product. You guys know I love the GT Quartz line, but IGL was so awesome. They invited me over for like an after party. They had like 2 after parties. I got a bunch of free merch. I got to check out some products. They gave me some free products. I mean, I got so much stuff. I was able to fill up my office with just a bunch of cool IGL things, from calendars to little koozies, whatever they had, they were just throwing it out. I mean, this company is super cool. They made me feel like family. I highly recommend going out and checking them out as well. Now, someone who really deserves some love out there, one of my favorite expos, people at the expo, is Detail Bookie. Now, I've talked to them about them in our ceramic coating video on the Acura TLX, and here's the lovely Christine, one of their customer service reps, who honestly has won me over just by pure customer service. I can text, call, email, and they answer. And if you haven't heard about Detail Bookie, you need to get on it. I'm talking about a program that easily integrates into your website, allows customers to book online. You can do custom pricing, detail packages, everything. So no more answering the phone 1,000 times a day. How much is a detail? What services do you offer? You can just put a link. You can just have this program alone. If you're a detailer, I think it's like $50 a month or $30 a month. It tracks all of your customers, it helps you with leads. I mean, just check it out. Check out the other video. I'll put a link in the description for this as well, but it's one of the biggest things that's helped me out at the expo. I'm so glad I met them, and that's why you need to go to these mobile detail expos or mobile tech expos or the SDC or SEMA, because you might not learn anything. You might not have learned anything new in this entire video, but the one thing that you can pick up can really change how your business grows. It will really, make you kind of understand whether or not, are you going to survive the next winter? Are you going to be busy or slow? These are things. Your next wet sanding job, your next buffing job, your next boat job, your next ceramic coating. You can find and meet, so many people, and you can find so much information at these expos and friendships that will never, go away. I mean, you might forget the wet sanding part, but I'm telling you, if you meet some of the people that I met there, it was so worth it, you guys. Now, I want to show you some parts of the expo, some highlights of some of the places I saw, IK Snow Spray, all this other stuff that I really want to get, and then we'll go ahead and end this video.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's so much in this video that I didn't cover, such as like admission costs, which was only like $180, but there were so many giveaways and raffles and free merchandise and after parties, the hotel parties. Guys, it was epic. You have to check it out, and make sure to reach out to Detail Bookie too. They're always holding it down.
All right, so the SDC is officially over. I'm on my way back to the hotel, and I'm exhausted, you guys. There's a lot of information, a lot of vendors, a lot of talking, a lot of networking. It was it worth it? 100%. And do I recommend doing this as a detailer? Yes, 100%. It's a lot of knowledge gained. And then even outside the knowledge, it's also cool just mingling with people, because it's not every day you just get to talk detail with folks, you know? So it's always important to come to these kind of trainings, or even like I've done the ECP trainings in the past, and to be able to sit down and just discuss detailing with people, you know, from around the nation. There's people from Oregon, California, Dubai. Onyx was here from Dubai. You have people here from Florida, from all over the US coming to this event, which seemed kind of small, but at the same time, it's big in itself. And I think, and I was talking to Jason Schilling from Great Lakes, who's my distributor in Grand Rapids for our chemicals, him and Eddie Clarkin. And yes, this place is gonna grow, and it's gonna be here next year. The next expo is gonna be Mobile Tech in Florida, and are we going to that? Bet your ass we are. But anyway, I'm gonna check into my hotel, guys, clean my room, and get ready to go back to work tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and hope you guys like what you saw, and we'll talk to you soon. Tell me about Final Approach Detailing.
All right, I'm Jessica Rook. I'm with Final Approach Detailing.
I'm Travis Rook. I'm with Final Approach Detailing.
Okay.
We are based out of Okemos, Michigan. Primarily focus on paint correction and ceramic coating and luxury detailing services. So.
Awesome. And you guys are just outside of like Lansing, right?
Yep, just outside. Yep.
Okay.
Right outside of MSU.
And they're very friendly and awesome. I'm gonna talk about that. Basically, anything detailing you can think of is here. And I got so much free merch. They love Lava GR here. They love us. Like, we got hooked up with like free pads. We got offered to be on a podcast tomorrow morning, which is gonna be pretty cool. It's one of the distributors here. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna show you guys all the cool stuff we saw here. So check it out. But yeah, so as you guys see, there are tons of vendors here. Everything from polishes to coatings to pads. So really, there is just endless amounts of information and professional grade products, tools, equipment to just boost your detailing company, which in turn is going to boost your profitability. It's going to produce, you're going to produce less waste, and you're just going to be a better company just by getting into any of this stuff. It's so good to come out here just because I've learned like 4 or 5 new tricks that are not only going to help me with the detailing industry, but also with the boating industry. And I've learned to refine some of my skills. And I didn't learn a ton, but remember, I do a lot of work. I've learned a lot in 4 years running my own company. So you have to imagine, coming to here and to gain anything, one thing of knowledge can be something that will, go ahead and generate an insane amount of money for your company. But hey, let's go check out the Detail Bookie's booth.